Hello, hello, hello. Hello and welcome to the daily political and societal oh my gosh, I just got distracted right in my line of vision. This squirrel just did this death-defying leap. Anyway, sorry. Hello. Welcome to the daily daily political tarot and astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your questions out of the chat. So just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. Having a sudden technical issue. It says it needs to verify something weird. Okay, we'll just suddenly, right now that I've started the live stream. There we go. That should work. Okay, good. All right. Hopefully everything will work now. We have epic troll slayers. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I do have a humidifier on, to be honest. But I thought it, actually, I just had pulled it over this little desktop thing that I have. Little tiny desktop humidifier that I have, and I was showing it to Miss Sarah. And she said, you know, with the foggy image, that's perfect. You should leave that there. It's like, okay, it's a desktop thing. So it's usually just over by the plant. Anyway. All right. I don't know what I've said, what I haven't. I'm so sorry. I'm so scattered. If you're watching on replay, hello. You can skip all this. All the questions are in the description box. I timestamp them as I go. You can go down, you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on like 1.25 speed. And if I said any parts of those multiple times, I apologize. We'll get there. All right. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Well, last night there was a super secret meeting of the super secret squirrels. Boy, 2 minutes 30 seconds in, and they won. So really, but okay. Oh, so you saw the smoke. Oh, thank you for helping me. If you thought that was smoke, no, we've got the little humidifier right here to go with the fog. All right. So yeah. So last night, you heard about this? Trump held a secretive celebration. Gala at Mar-a-Lago celebrating John Eastman. If you don't remember John Eastman, he's the jerk who came up with the justification for January 6th. That lawyer. And other 2020 election deniers and J6 agitators. Included as speakers were Trump, Eastman, Peter Navarro, Michael Flynn, Jeffrey Clark, and Rudy Giuliani. Are Orangina Voldemort and his dumb eaters just blowing smoke and patting each other on the back? Are they planning something sinister? Are they planning something sinister? Yes. Okay, next question. No, let's see what's up. Yes, Amy, a cabal of idiots. Cindy says, where's the Kraken? Oh, Sidney Powell. I thought you meant literally, like sending nemesis. No. Oh, I'm glad Sidney Powell isn't there. Yes, dear. You know, I tried covering you up during the last live stream, and you were just like, no, I don't want to be covered up. But I can't cover you up if you're on the blanket. Well, you got to move off the blanket, sweetie. I can't cover you with the blanket if you're on it. There you go. There you go. Move your back legs now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Sweetheart, move forward. Move these legs forward. There you go. Okay. well, I'm trying to help you. There. Sorry. It's that kind of day. Mars opposite Pluto. Always a joy. All right. So what are these knuckleheads up to? The dumb eaters. Yes, Visualize 70. The deplorable gang's all back. So Wilson, blankie wars. As in the blanket that Boo-Boo's on, or the My Pillow forts in the war room. Oh, boy. Cosmic Goat Lady says, by the end of the reading, you may need some sage. Yes, it's in the closet. Oh. Dempsey, Mr. Dill, like the Green Bay sweep. Oh, yeah. These people went to prison. They went to prison, and they're back doing the. Okay. It's a kind of preemptive thing. It's never enough. They always want more. Trump always wants more. That's a good point, Caro. No Elon at the secret soiree. Very good point. They always want more. And this is for future stuff. So Trump the man, because he is just a man in his dynasty. So they all got together to talk about the past and what they may do in the future, or what have you, in case Trump loses and the rise of Democratic power. Yeah, what you'd pretty much expect. That is interesting, though. No Elon. Carolyn, thank you so much. Thank you. It really helps. Thank you. Joyce said, by the end of the reading, you may need to get under the blanket. It may come to that. Oh, all right. Amy says Al Capone would have been preferable. Yeah, pretty much. Gosh, these people are so gross. So, but we have new names to learn. Yay. At 8 minutes in, veteran attorney Stanley Woodward. Okay. Veteran attorney Stanley Woodward is joining the Trump administration as the senior counsel to the chief of staff. You know, I'm assuming that the chief of staff normally has a lawyer, but why? Just, I don't know. It just kind of seems a little odd that you're getting a high-powered attorney to be for the chief of staff. Anyway, Woodward is notable because he was the primary lawyer for ex-Trump aides and January 6 defendants. Of course he was. Is this just a reward for being faithful, or is this appointment more indicative of future plans? All right. Stanley Woodward, come on down. You are the next contestant in, I don't know, deplorable grift. Oh, Pluto, you did us dirty. All right. I am getting Democrats keeping an eye on Democrats bringing stuff up, taking people to court. It does feel like we get over this malaise at some point here, which is good. We need to. Trying to stir things up with the institution. There's keeping Trump the man. Notice he's just a man. He's not the emperor. Twice now. Feeling a little weak. Other people thinking you're a little weak, Donnie. Page of Swords. Oh, he's still bullying. And he thinks he's still the person giving out the charity, the little bits of power and attention as long as they kiss the ring. Yeah, this is just... Oh, boy. Mr. Wilson says Democrats in the ACLU will hopefully file a lot of lawsuits. Yeah, I hope so, too. Hello, Beth. Debsy says, according to the National Archives, 21 states haven't sent their certification of the electoral votes. All right, Sarah and I were looking at that earlier before I came on because we were trying to find a major news source that's covering that, and we haven't yet. So if that's the case, we will definitely, we're going to keep our eyes open and because maybe they haven't sent it, maybe the paperwork hasn't gone through. I don't know what the situation is, but I don't have major news outlets covering it yet. So, oh, I like that. Visualize 70. You're the next contestant on The Price is Never Right. Oh no, it'd be The Vice is Far Right. You're the next contestant on The Vice is Far Right. All right. Okay, so Tony had a question at 12 minutes in. 12 minutes in. Okay. Will the People's March in Washington, D.C. on January 18th be peaceful, or will it be disrupted by MAGA supporters? Hello, Betty. So, People's March, Washington, D.C., January 18th. Okay, there's a mental image I can't quite understand. It's like the sun dawning. It's like there's a march going on, but the sun's coming up over the horizon, and they're not going out that early, so I'm guessing that means it's the beginning of all of this. Yes, Skyfire, I can see your messages. All right. Yeah, bringing that sword of truth. We like peaceful marches. Peaceful marches are awesome. Queen of Swords. People feeling out in the cold. Our women. Showing MAGA that they do not have the control they think they do. Because remember, Trump and the dumb eaters, they're all still in that bubble floating around. And you try to bring chaos, women are going to bring strength. And not just women, but certainly those who believe in human rights. Let's put it that way. Those who believe in human rights. But yeah, they really are the patriarchy. And actually, if you go back and look at that list, Trump, Eastman, Navarro, Flynn, Clark, Giuliani, Stanley Woodward. See any women there? Patriarchy. I'm getting this really strong mental image of it's like it's dawn. Like all the people marching or walking in the streets, they're all like silhouette, but there's the sun's coming up and the lights shining. There's hope. And that's sitting on top of the strength card. There's hope. We were shocked. The people on the right were kind. But we can stand against them. To some extent. To some extent. So. All right. I like it. I usually get mental images like that. So. Okay. Joe had a question at 1545. There we go. How will the mango be feeling on January 21st after the scheduled events of January 19th rally, January 20th swearing in, or I mean swearing? That was good. That was good. Yes, the January 21st swearing. That's perfect. Thank you, Joe. Back in the, as if things continue going the way they're going. Pluto, really? Back in the place where Trump called did he call the White House a dump? Lewis says mangoes are delicious. He's more of a rotted mandarin orange. Well, he did get tens of millions of dollars in that reportedly got pulled tens of $million out of that bank account he personally had in China after making trade deals favorable to China. Funny that. Okay. Do you remember the Thompson Twins song Lies? Lies, 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 yeah. Getting the plans underway, communicating, bring in the top secret stuff. I mean, it's awful. He's just going to be getting started. That's all I get. There's going to be a lot to do. Okay. All right. At 18 minutes in, Love Julu had a question. 18:10. There we go. Is Dumpy in a state of decline just from the stress of everything going on? Well, he lives on hate and spite. He reportedly believes in better living through chemistry and not in the best way. And his insides look like the grease trap at a fast food restaurant. So who just said the orange is the dump, not the White House? Rita. Yes, Rita, I agree with you. Mm-hmm. So, Trump. Wow. Way to minor arcana. He's 12 Diet Cokes a day. Thank you, Teresa, for reminding us. Yes. Sitting pretty. 3 of Cups. This feels like partying. Don't forget, there was a big brouhaha over the open pharmacy at the White House. People could just walk up and be like, yeah, give me some of this, give me some of that. Remember that? Partay. Communication. Oh, look, it's a thief card. it's just, yeah, I'm just getting the usual garbage in, garbage out. He's just awful. That's all I'm getting. It's just bad. Visualize 70 said the pill mill. Yes. Amy Albert said Ronnie Johnson, drug dealer to the stars. Apparently. Everybody's on slow mode. There's a 15-second delay. It's been that way for about a year. If it's acting up, that's YouTube, I'm afraid. You can try changing to live chat instead of top chat, or other than that, we have to remember that right now Mars is opposite Pluto, and so everybody's getting aggravated. That energy sloshing back and forth between these two powerhouses. So that's why everybody's annoyed. Yeah. Anyway. So Lewis said, meanwhile, we need ID to buy Sudafed. Yeah. And to buy a loaf of bread, according to Trump. 2130. Francis had a question. 2140. Is there a mole in Dumpy's camp? Thank you, Beth. Draymond says it's more than 15 seconds. Okay. I'm sorry YouTube's doing that. There's nothing I can do, I'm afraid. It is set. I could show you the screen capture. Sarah did a screen capture and sent it to me. Set for 15 seconds. So. Make this 2230, a mole in Dumpy's camp. You know, I use these cards so much. These are Old Faithful. And because they're on my desk so much, because I use them so much, occasionally I'll get something like on the back of one of them, like this piece of tape. That's not the easiest thing in the world to get off. And so you would think, well, that means it's a marked card. So, you know, when you pull it, you'll know which card that is. Never can remember. There, I got the tape off of it. Just can't remember. Yeah, okay. Hey, casino owners in Vegas, you got nothing to worry about from me. 1, I don't go anywhere. 2, I don't gamble. But 3, even if I was there, you got nothing to worry about from me. I don't even remember my own marked cards. A mole, you say? Okay, here's the thing. Basically, they're going to do dumb stuff. We're worried about the way that they are. We're upset about all the rights they want to take away, all these awful things they want to do. But we forget how that there was actually a great quote by Jared Leto, who someone was asking him about, you know, he has an Oscar, he did have a band, it had some success. He, you know, he's done all these different things. And he said something that I also thought was weirdly humble. Odd. But he said, I succeed a little because I fail a lot. I like that. I succeed a little because I fail a lot. Yeah. Thank you, Alan. Thank you. So Now, on the flip side of that, or in that vein, I should say, Dumpy and his ilk, if you remember correctly, they succeeded a little, but they failed a lot. And we tend to, because of the it's bad, it's so bad when they do get something accomplished, but we forget just how incompetent they are in general. Amir said that's Einstein's quote. Thank you. So, is there a mole in Dumpy's camp? There's Trump the man. Again, I'm not getting the emperor. I'm just getting a man. Why are you not showing up as the emperor? Interesting. He shouldn't, because he's not the president. But see, they're aggressive. There's the cult being aggressive. If there was a mole, I mean, yeah, there could be somebody, but what I'm getting is their own stupidity. Their myopic views, their over-aggression, their staggering stupidity and unwillingness to learn or value education or history or anything. And this is where they fail, and then fail bigly. He and they fail in a huge way. That's what I get. It's not necessarily a mole, it's their incompetence. It's their so that's true, Rob D. I don't know about moles, but there are plenty of rats. That's good. Many rats. So many rats. Okay. It's kind of interesting. Next thing, looking at the news, because we come here, we look at the news together, so we don't have to look at it alone. Seriously. 27:45. 27 minutes, 45 seconds into the show. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you. There's a growing movement that could see Trump losing power, the power of MAGA, to thank you, Puka. There's a growing movement that could see basically MAGA is Musk can't become president, but they're apparently MAGA, they love him. And if Trump can't get his social media under control, outside of the Loomer H1B faction, there's seemingly a growing part of MAGA that is reportedly tiring of Trump's inability to use his social media in a way that doesn't embarrass MAGA as a whole. As Trump becomes aware of this, will he freeze Elon out? There's no chance Trump will stop doing his stupidity. True. But is MAGA, just like in the French Revolution, all the people who you thought, oh, they're so scary, they're so awful. Really? Because the group that came after them said they were too conservative and sent them to go visit Monsieur Guillotine. Rita says DJT is stupid. Yes, he is. Yep. All right. I'm getting cards straight off the top of the deck. This isn't even like a hidden thing. And that's the thing. Trump can't be president again. So the longer he's in power, the more of a lame duck he becomes, according to them. And this far right, they always want something more extreme. Really? You still think he's going to lower grocery prices, even though he said he isn't going to? He has no control over that. Okay. Trying to stir everything up. This is another Republican. This is a different Republican. With Elon's money, the MAGA boys, they might start coalescing around somebody else. Wendy, what's the French Revolution movie that you recommend? I don't know. I don't. I studied it at school, and then I remember at the time, I got to go back and find that book, but there was a fictional book called The Eight, and I remember reading it, and the woman who wrote it, half of the book takes place in present day and half during the French Revolution, and it was like, I know who that is, I know what that is, I know who that is. And later on, she said, years later, she said in an interview, she said, I couldn't write that book again. I had just studied all of that, so it was all fresh in my head. I don't remember. So I don't know. I don't really have a movie. Sorry. But there's weak sauce here. We're going to have an opening because they will fragment. MAGA boys aren't loyal. Chaos. They'll, there may come a point where they get sick of politics and they decide that they're going to coalesce around someone like Musk or one of the oligarchs or somebody else. They start coalescing around that person instead of Trump. It does not go well for them or for Dumpy and his ilk. And that's the thing. There's no obvious heir to Trump, to his power. Junior ain't in it. And says, loved Leslie Howard in the Scarlet Pimpernel. Yes, I do. I do recommend. There's a Leslie Howard was amazing. I loved him. He did the Scarlet Pimpernel, but he also did this amazing. I hope it's on YouTube. There's this, of course, black and white movie from the 30s called Pimpernel Smith, where he plays. It's like he plays Scarlet Pimpernel, but he's a 1930s. It's modern day for the time professor. There's some great lines in that movie. So, yeah, Pimpernel Smith. So, okay. They seek him here. They seek him there. There's Frenchies seek him everywhere. That darned elusive Pimpernel. Okay. Yeah. So, as MAGA splinters, because remember, we're in Pluto and Aquarius. It's kicking up all of this Aquarian energy, which is not touchy-feely. It's not diplomatic. People get focused on, there's huge progress. There's humanitarianism as long as it's equal to everybody. But everybody it's a fixed sign. So everybody kind of sinks into their viewpoints. That's where you get the friction and the revolutions. So, excuse me. Sharon Rice says, yes, was on YouTube several months ago when you mentioned it then. Oh, did you see it? Sharon Rice. Here's a great line one of the students says when he's sitting in the baggage car on the train. You'll see it. And then the lines, Leslie Howard's last few lines in the movie. Fabulous. Okay. All right. Ms. Gibson says the Cybertruck looks ugly to me. You and everybody else. Sharon Rice says, I did. I enjoyed it. Oh, good. I'm glad. Oh, that makes me happy. Because it's like, this is the first time I've ever met anybody else who's ever watched it. All right, 3510. Nettie, thank you for becoming a member. Thank you. 3520. Here's the thing. Speaking of splintering, what happens when Trump tires of Elon or Elon tires of Trump? Because Elon actually has access to money. Is Elon going to turn against Trump? Mm-hmm. Tim says, I'm glad you mentioned it again. I couldn't remember the title. Oh, I'm glad I could help. All right. And Kelby says, Pootie will keep them together. Maybe. Kelly Ramsey says, from the back, the cyberpunk looks like a dumpster. Mm-hmm. So what happens? Does Elon actively turn against Trump? Because he pretty much moved into Mar-a-Lago, didn't he? One of the suites or the bungalows or whatever they have there. Oh, it's Lucky Girl here. Hello, Lucky Girl. Wonderful woman. What happens? Card for the readings, a King of Cups. It ends in the Ace of Cups. So basically, there's a lot of money. There's a big old death card. There are a lot of attacks there. Choice. Rise of democratic power. Also, just emotions. It for some reason it's basically saying yes, of course there'll be a time when they split. They're two narcissists. They can't. But it's something about it. It's like it opens. It either won't be until like midterms, or around a time when Democrats can maybe get control of the House. Or let me see if I can get any clarification on that. Dylan says yes for $2,000 a night, which would explain why Trump's putting up with it to some extent. And he said also a 15-second delay was going on in the live chat as well. Well, okay. Well, yeah, it's going to be on both. Yeah, definitely. There's otherwise we have trolls. So, but yeah, there's astrology going on right now. Things are getting on everybody's nerves, and then YouTube's having its problems, and yeah. Sitting pretty. Elon can move money. Sitting pretty. See, that's the thing. Elon. There's no reason that Elon would need to go away, because if for some reason Trump starts trying to freeze him out, Trump desperately needs Elon's money. Desperately needs Elon's money, and Elon is making far-right friends all over the world. I'm gonna waste your time. I'm gonna waste your time for a second here, because for anybody who's new, I want everybody to know. And anytime Elon Musk comes up, tell people he is actively there are tweets. He is actively supporting the AfD party in Germany. Seek help. Seek help. So, Sherry W. I'm sorry, it's not working. Okay. 4030. Let's see here. Let's just do this. 40 at 4050. Rudy Giuliani is apparently up for a pretty bad month in January, other than being invited to the super secret squirrel, the Vice's far right little party this weekend, as he faces 2 major contempt charges. Will he make it through January without ending up behind bars? So, Giuliani. Thank you, Debsy. He says Rudy's going to end up in prison for noncompliance. Yeah, it'd be about time. Well, he really, Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss, is that, he owes them a lot of money. They're in a strong position. There's the government setting him. They need to take his stuff. There's chaos working and burden. Yeah, this actually does feel like, I mean, Giuliani would try to say, oh, I need more time to, no, I don't think he's going to get it. There's a burden here. There's chaos there. This is him being upset. Yeah, he's in trouble. I don't know about jail time, though. Gosh darn it. Hello, lucky girl. Wayne Rich says, congratulations, Rudy. You did it all for Benedict Donald. Yeah. A lot of money. This is voting. He owes them. The one working there owes him a lot of money. He's being difficult. There's a thief card, but then there's a celebration down here. Look, don't put this guy in prison. I'm serious. Don't put him in prison. Go. Take his stuff. Take all of his stuff. All of it. Seriously. And then, yeah, if you want to put him in prison, sure. But get the money he owes to the women who deserve it. Yeah, Rita, exactly. I saw him on something, Rudy, and he was pleading poverty, I think he's trying not to pay them. Oh, absolutely. But then he's showing up in the convertible that he was supposed to sell or turn over. I don't use the term often, but every time I think of him, I think of the word lush. Yeah, he's we hope he's going to prison. But yeah, get his stuff. He still has stuff. Go get it. I hope he, I do I hope he goes to prison? Yeah, after what he did, after the contempt? Yeah, absolutely. But the number one thing is get these people the money they deserve. Anyway, I agree. Beth A. Slime. He is. Betty Cantrell, stuff first. Yes. Yep. Yep. um, Ember, I'm curious. Ember Glowsbright had a question, but I'm curious. What guidance would President W. Wilson give to Joe Biden to do? If you could let us know in the chat tomorrow before I come on, like, why Wilson? What am I missing? I really want to know more what you're thinking. So please let us know. Chris Cool had a question at 46 minutes in. Does President Biden trust Trump enough to allow him to command 11 aircraft carrier groups over 65 nuclear submarines with various capabilities, numerous F-35s, F-22 Raptors, B52 and B2 bombers, and hundreds of thousands of American troops, plus be given the necessary classified information to defend America? Does Biden trust Trump enough to allow him command of all of that? Biden doesn't see it as that he has an issue, that he does that choice. But somebody says, good old Woodrow. For what it's worth, I've mainly been getting Dumpy and the illiterates being focused on the U.S. itself. They're not really, fortunately or unfortunately for everybody. No, they're. It feels like they're going to be focused much more on U.S. stuff, not military elsewhere. Oh, Brenda gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you, Brenda. That is very sweet. Thank you. It helps. Tower. Tower. 7 of Pentacles. Knight of Wands. 6 of Wands. 8 of Cups. Well, the election was a shock to everybody. Yeah, Biden's worried. But he's an institutionalist. He believes that the system will hold. Well, okay. All right, Uncle Joe. All right, and since it is Sunday, the 5th, January 5th, 2025, let's have a look at something we need to know or something about this coming week. So, at 49:20, okay. So January 6th, Monday, January 6th through the 11th, Saturday, January 11th. Oh, Ember Glowsbright, listening to an audiobook about a woman code breaker that was active during Wilson's presidency. She went on to be part of the Fabian Society, which founded the ACLU. Oh, wow. Thank you. Okay. They're going to continue to be awful. I mean, this is really, don't let them get to you. With all the irritation and all of that, part of the irritation is when Mars is opposite Pluto like this, it's hard for us to move forward, to make progress. So not only do we feel aggravated, but we feel aggravated because we can't effectively move, we can't take action effectively. And then with Pluto ruling plutonium, you get the potential of things kind of blowing up in your face a bit, not fully, but it feels like a weight on us, but this too shall pass. They will continue to be awful. There will be some good moments. I've got some good moments for us here, but then I've also got their awfulness. So it's just going to be a week to be calm, step away from the news, maybe. If you need to, talk to other people. Come talk here in the chat when it's working. Sorry. Yeah. So it's a week of feeling a little heavy and also feeling like we can't effectively take action necessarily the way we want to, but things will pass. Things will get better. Things will change. So hang in there. Hang in there. All right. Bing. All right. My 4 YouTube channels. This is helping. I hope it's helping. The people telling me in the chat, it's helping them. The half hour before this live stream starts, we've been doing these calming, stretching, just simple stretching, empowering chakra energy. Doing that for about 20 minutes, 11:30 Chicago time. Go for the news here. We work on our projects. Just be productive. Just work on any kind of project you want to, if you're available, from 3 to 6. And then color organization in 2025. The goal is every Friday morning, new video. There was a new video on Friday morning. Ta-da! We're going to get through this, even when it's tough. But we have each other because you're not alone. We're in this together. There are good days out there. There are good days in the future. There are. Even when it seems like there aren't, there are. All right? So hang in there. And I will see you later. All right. Take care. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.